welcome back to You Doing the Most.
Tell those girls and boys.
I love it when you like get into your bag on the intro.
Facts.
Because I feel like I just keep it real the same. So I be needing your extra.
I've been trying to switch it up, but sometimes I can't. Like, my mind gonna blank.
I love it. Every time I feel like it gets better. I'm just saying, I feel like it gets better.
Thank you.
How you been?
I've been good. We switched up our workout this week.
Okay,
so,
what was it?
Some insane ass stuff. Mm-hmm. We was like doing these things and then pull-ups, and then we had to do that, and that was one set. Uh-huh. So it was just like, no, it was bam, bam, bam. Uh-huh. And that was one set.
You had to do it how many times?
3 sets of 15, yes.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I think that's great. I love whoever your trainer is amazing.
He's insane. He was on that stuff, that white stuff. On that one, he was on that white stuff. And then we had to do jump ropes. 200 of them.
Let me tell you something about that.
Really, 400 in all together.
Let me tell you something about that damn jump rope. I fucking hate that shit. So I'd rather run 5 miles than do the damn jump rope.
Because I said, well, if I can't jump rope, he said, well, you can give me a mile. Give me the jump rope.
I'm about to say, I could jump. I could jump rope double time.
Give me the goddamn jump rope.
No, for sure. I'll jump rope 10 times over that stupid ass.
I think I want to run. I'd rather run.
But that's what's up. That's the only thing that's going on.
Oh, and I did join the run. Well, I'm not going to say I joined the run club as of yet, but I've been there twice. All you got to do is just keep showing up, then you're a part of the run club. Okay. So I'm 2 in.
Okay. So
I'm 2 in.
That's good. I think that's so amazing. Like, I feel like if it was closer to me, which I keep saying that, it's really not that far from me. Mm-hmm. But if it was close to me, I would for sure join just because I love to run.
And I made 2 friends in the run club.
I know that's right.
We exchanged numbers too. My friend girl.
Okay.
Not the other one. Not yet. Okay. I'm still working on that one.
We didn't even go mention it yet.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
How you been, love?
I feel like it's been like...
We don't know, but I like kicking tail and passing what? Okay, I like that. That's different.
This is his third quote. Really fourth.
He could be known as the quotables.
The quotables. You need to write a book of quotes.
What is kicking? What? Oh, it's kicking. And what?
Taking names.
Okay, got it.
And now he's kicking tail and passing names.
That's what's up. I'm here for it all. I think that's great. I've been super amazing.
Why you been super amazing? Super amazing.
I'm no longer a part of the streets. I'm not in the streets no more. Period. I'm done. I'm done fooling with the streets. I'm a kept woman. I'm inside. I'm done living the peasant life of being outside. I'm delivered for sure. Like I've had, I met this amazing person. Okay. We've been on this amazing journey. I'm doing all the things I said I wouldn't do. So he does not live here. However, he was here for a while, and we got to spend a lot of time together. And it's just been good. I don't have any complaints.
I feel like we should cheers to that.
All right, let's take a shot. Let's take a shot.
She manifested this low key, like no high key. She was like, in 2023, she's gonna be like, my man. And she did.
It's been my man. So cheers.
Cheers to that. Yeah.
Ooh, sweet baby. But yeah, other than that, I've been great. Like seriously, I don't have any complaints. I've been good. I've been really, really good.
I'm so happy for you. And I already let them know, because I'm not looking for nothing too serious no time soon. Invite me on all the couple trips. Yeah. I'm going to Photoshop myself in family photos.
Okay, well, let me warn you now. So for my birthday, we already been thinking about either going to Paris or somewhere. My number one is Paris.
So put 200 back starting now. Yes. Every week, every 2 weeks.
Yeah. He already know my number one is Paris, so... He's already like trying to plan something for Paris, but it's just
So pack $200.
Yeah.
So $400 a month.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So since I made that dream come true, we finna play a new game. I call it It's Just Dreaming.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about our dream job.
I will honestly say my dream job, and it's gonna require me to go back to school. But my dream job would be being a therapist.
For real?
Yes, because I give the best advice.
You do.
It's just no one takes it.
I do.
You do take it. It's this one friend. It's like me and her therapist on the same page every time. Because she tell me, like, my therapist said this. I'm like, I said that a week ago. You can start paying me. Yeah. Pay me. I will go down on my rates $2 an hour. Because I'm not certified. But I feel like I think I want to be a therapist.
You know, my dream job, if like it wasn't like how much they got paid and don't fucking laugh.
I'm gonna laugh because you told me not to.
Well, my dream job, like if they got paid, if it made, I wanted to be a weather girl. I wanted to be the weather girl, like the local weather girl, like. And over here we have It's supposed to be 65 and cloudy all week. I think I would have been a perfect weather girl.
Don't hype that up.
I would have been a perfect weather girl. I would be perfect.
Do not hype that
What's
up.
your dream job?
My dream job would be definitely either be producing.
Okay.
I mean, for a living, substantial where I can take care of myself and my family. Or to just be not talking shit in some capacity.
Yeah.
Whether it's rapping or podcasting or maybe motivational speaking. Either way, talking my shit.
I can honestly see as a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Like, because you're going to keep it real, but you're going to also, like, give a lot of wisdom as well. Like, you're going to say it to a degree like anybody can interpret it. Yeah. Boom. That's your slogan right there. I'm going to keep it real, but I'm going to articulate it so everybody can understand on all different levels. Boom!
Okay, dream car. I go first. What y'all think?
Okay.
Since I'm throwing it at y'all. My dream car is a Cybertruck.
Oh my God.
It's the Tesla. It hasn't came out yet. They pushed it back so many times. It's pissing me off. But yeah, it's this beautiful truck. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah. But if it's not that, then my dream car is like the big Bronco. So I got the Bronco Sport, but like the big Bronco, like super, super loaded, super everything, like the real big bitch.
That's intense.
So those are my.
You only have one child. You want that big thing.
Well, technically, I have.
Okay. I think my dream car would be an Audi SUV.
Oh, those are cute.
They just so cute and sexy. It's just beep beep. Hey.
And you talking about I don't have one child. You have none. So you don't want a Ferrari. You don't want a 2-seater. You don't want nothing like.
I have nieces and nephews to think about.
You don't drive them anywhere, Brittany.
I'm gonna have a dog.
Okay, me too.
My dog has to sit somewhere. All right. So what about you?
No, we both look up to all right.
Ever since I was young, I really like Mustangs. So I want an old school Mustang, like 68, 70.
You
Oh, you like
okay.
old school cars. I thought you were about to say the Mustang truck.
Your car alone is way more than both of ours put together.
Yeah.
Because you gonna have to, and you gonna want a super.
I'm gonna spend some money on it. I want to be vintage.
Okay.
Yeah, your car's way more expensive than mine.
Okay, this is the last one, and it's kind of real alcoholic-ish. But what's your dream liquor sponsor? So, like, let's just say, for instance, this pot.
I got mine.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Casamigos, just because of Ray J.
Okay. I'm gonna say mine next. I'm gonna do Terramana because it's The Rock, and I fuck with The Rock, and he identifies as a black man, so.
I don't care what nobody said. I will say this to the death of me. We did not know we needed Ray J and Casamigos as a duo. Did not know that to the verses. We didn't know we needed that.
You say yours is anybody black?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I would like Kevin Hart. Like, I want to try his Anejo one, but it's so expensive.
Oh, you know, but I do like Diddy's Deleon.
Deleon.
I like Deleon way better than Ciroc.
Facts. And his Anejo Deleon,
So good.
it's so smooth. You just be like this. So what's up? You don't make a face. You don't do nothing. It's so smooth.
I'm fucking crying.
For real.
Okay, so this episode we're gonna talk about like a little bit some grown and sexy, some going into adulthood type shit.
Oh, you guys know I'm still childish, but I still got my adult ways. I have my adult ways.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because I feel like you and I both kind of like not transition, but I feel like we both kind of got into church at the same time. Like, I feel like you and Sitar kind of motivated me to, like, go back to church and all that. I mean, well, get into church just period, because I didn't grow up in church. I know y'all both did, but I didn't. So I wanted to know, how has going back to church and being kind of involved a little bit in church affected you, like, now as an adult, like, in your, like, early 30s and transitioning to like a real grown up type shit?
I would definitely say it's brought me peace, and it's changed the way I view the bad things that happened in my life. I'm not gonna say bad things. It's just the troubled things that I feel like that would have broke someone. It made me just kind of think about it in a different way. Like, I came out of that situation stronger. And if anybody else go through that situation, I think I just know how to coach them through it without telling them what to do per se. So I feel like it's helped me to change my mindset on my life and how the world works and how people work. I still don't like humans, but I feel like it's helping me to be more mature in the way that I think. And I just feel better about life. Because at first, like, I wasn't thinking long term, as far as dying. But now, I'm not going to say I'm okay with death, because it's inevitable. It's going to happen. But I'm more at peace with it. I'm just not at peace with it. Because I'm like, dang, we on this earth to die. That's crazy. Like, we was born to die. But I'm getting into that, like, if something happens, I feel like my soul will be like, hey, yeah. I feel like it'll be at peace.
Yeah. It's so crazy because it hasn't been until, I mean, I've been going to church now at this point for a few months, but it hasn't been until, like, it may sound crazy, but until I started paying my tithes. Because at first I'm looking at it like, the pastor got everything.
Heck yeah.
But it's just like, I go to a mega church, which a lot of times when I tell people where I go, and I say, sometimes I don't tell people nothing. Like, I just like, oh, I go to church. But when I tell people I go to Potter's house or I go to TD Jake's church, they're like, oh, or they're like, oh, you go online? I'm like, no, I get up and
I drive.
I go to church. But it's very fulfilling for me, and it's just like, as I became a business person, it's just like, I think about everything as far as everything goes. And I know this is so far-fetched as far as even paying tithes, but I be in there thinking about the light bill. Like, the light bill alone. No, seriously, Potter's house is huge. The light bill alone in that bitch gotta be at least $2,500.
You paying a quarter.
$4,500.
You paying like some of that bill.
Barely. My little, I don't want to cuss when we talk about church. My little whatever ties, it don't even amount to everything they have to pay to run that church. Also, he streams, and a lot of times, I'm not going to lie and say I go to church every Sunday, but if I don't go, I still stream. Like, when I was in LA for my cousin's wedding, I still woke up and went to church streaming, and I'm on a stream, 90,000 people on there. So it's just like, his reach is so deep that it's just like, when I'm in there, it's just different. But it's just, I'm glad that I have you and I have Sitar in my life, that to the point to where it's just like, okay, I can get up and go to church, because without y'all, girl, I'll be in the bed.
And we send each other. Well, I'm in charge of sending the prayers. I don't know how I got in charge of this
Every day.
but I start the morning off with our prayers.
Yeah, so every single morning we pray together, like, as friends. And more recently, like maybe the past month, maybe a month and a half, it's been like on top of the prayer, it's been something intentional. Like, how can you serve God? Like, are you gonna serve God like this? Are you gonna serve God like that? So, I love it. I appreciate it all.
And I don't know how I became the point person because I'm the one that needs the most work.
I appreciate it. Do you go to church?
Religion in my life is interesting.
Okay.
So I've been through, a different couple of religions in my life. My family is Jehovah's Witness, and I grew up in a couple of different regular churches. So my perspective with it is that God pertains to you, your own particular life, on however you see things that's moving for whatever path you're choosing at that time.
Right.
If you're moving towards it, and you see things that's happening that's benefiting that situation or not benefiting that situation, but even touching you. Like how I like to say is, if you walk with me real quick, if you are getting paid and it's the first, and you expect your job to pay you like $1,200 mixed up on your check, you see what I'm saying? Your rent is $900. You see what I'm saying? What they paid you was like $650. So now you stressing trying to figure out what's going on. On the other side of the city, another guy went to the gas station and filled out a scratch off, and he won $1,000. You see what I'm saying? And in your city, if you want to get that money, if they go $500, you got to go to the lottery store. So you go downtown. You see what I'm saying? For some strange reason, in your city, the lottery store is downtown. You getting off the train, you upset because of your situation. He walking down the street happy, not paying attention to where he's going. Because of his situation. They bump into each other. So happen, you talk to this man. You see what I'm saying? When you don't really know to talk to anybody, you gotta have a conversation. And he touched you in a way, you see what I'm saying? And he like, all right, here you go. Give you $350. Say, have a blessed day. What do you call it? You see what I'm saying? So I feel like God is all around us. But at the same time, we are the situations in our own lives that make or break. You know what I'm saying? And religion is just the one thing that gives us comfort for being here. We just kids who grew up, and now we're able to possibly, hopefully, do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? With better guidance, you see what I'm saying? But it's a tricky situation. It's depending on your perception.
So would you say you're more spiritual than religious? I feel like a lot of our generation is more spiritual than religious. Yeah. Like we know that God is real, and we just try to do right by Him. So I feel like we all just more spiritual than anything. Yeah. Because I feel like every time we have a conversation like this, our generation, they'll be like, I'm more spiritual than anything. I don't identify as a Christian or a Baptist or a Jehovah's Witness or none of that. I'm just spiritual.
I agree to it all, because the thing is, I tell people all the time, they be like, I thought you was Muslim. And it's just like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm Muslim. I still read the Quran. Ramadan is in 2 days. Like, it's just like, it's still in me, but it's just like, I personally, I wasn't raised any kind of way. My grandfather was a deacon of a church and all that stuff, but I didn't grow up in a church. So for me, it's a little different because my parents wasn't like, this. So it's just like, I kind of had to figure it out on my own. And to me, what I relate the most to as far as practice go is Muslim, but as far as sitting in a congregation go is more Christian, because I can relate to a T.D. Jakes or any other big pastor that practice in a Christian church more than I can relate to when I go to the mosque on Fridays. So it's just like, I'm a hybrid.
I'm a hybrid. Because baby, I be reading that Bob. I'm like,
yes, 100%.
What? He is what? Yes. I gotta read like 5 times to try to get it. I'm like,
baby, when they be like turn to whatever, and I go to it and they read it and they be like, and everybody in the church be like, amen. I be in there reading it again, like, hold on. Like,
I gotta cut off all of this. I be thinking about stuff in my head. I'm like, stop thinking about that. Focus on this so I can really understand what's going on.
No, for real. So, okay, the other thing I want to talk about as far as adulthood is as far as like gym and health and wealth and all that stuff, because I feel like as we get older, I feel like a lot of times some people was in the gym when we were younger, cool. But I feel like now everybody's like committed to like the gym and the health and the wealth as far as all that go. I wanted to talk about that. And what's your thoughts on it?
Baby, I feel amazing. Mm-hmm. This is the best I felt in my 32 good. Years of life. 32? I'm 31. I'm about to be 32.
Oh, you 32 on this episode. Let me see when it's come out. I'm playing.
I hate you. But this is the best I've ever felt. I feel good. I don't feel stuffed. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel just gross. Yeah. Well, after I get done eating. Like, I feel... I can't run a mile. I mean, I can run a mile. I ran 2 miles. I just want to say, I can run 2 miles and do 10 push-ups. Could not do that last year, so... boom. But I'm glad I did it, that I started taking my fitness and my healthiness on my healthy journey now, because I was having a conversation with my OB. My OB be dropping gems, and she Black, so she know that the black women, we struggle more health wise. Mm-hmm. So she wanted me to be more healthy. She was like, all right, I want to see you down 10 pounds next year. I'm like, okay. Blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, well, I was waiting for this appointment, because I was like, your girl been working out. She's like, that is so good. I'm proud of you. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the year. So I'm ready for that. And I'm just glad I'm taking it seriously now.
I love that.
I'm down 7 pounds, everyone. Down 7 pounds. I got 8 more to go.
I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm super into the gym. For me, it's just like my safe space. I love to just be in a gym. It's peaceful for me. I'm not there yet. It's not peaceful for me. It's still very much stressful. No, it's peaceful for me. And the thing is, it's just like I felt like my last year was kind of altered, because I did end up getting on birth control at one point of the year and all that, but I took it out. I took it out last month, so I don't have to worry about that no more. And I feel like with me taking out that birth control, it's going to help me get to where I really want to go, because I really do feel that birth control really holds a lot of people back. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that being committed to the gym and focusing on your health and what you eat and what you put into your body is huge. Like, I've been loving being out with people, even people that's whatever religion or whatever they practice, like, oh no, I don't want no pork, or oh no, I don't want this. It's just like, yes, please be conscious what you put in your body, because I mean, not that pork is the end all be all, but I mean, it's healthier options. So yeah, it's just like, I've just been loving it. Have you been journaling at all?
That I've been falling short on. I'm not even gonna cap to you. It's okay. I've been following. I did find that journal that you gave me like 3 or 4 years ago. What the? So I found that. I'm like,
that was a good one, because it gives you guides. It asks you questions like, what are your thoughts today? Or what are you thinking about? And then you just fill in the thing.
I just think I don't want to go that deep into my life.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to journal just because the whole world is journaling. Because to me, it's just like, I don't need prompts enough to journal, because it's just like, for me, when I want to journal, I want to journal. Like last night, how mad I was. Ooh, and I was mad.
She was, because I was
so fucking mad. I wanted to journal. Even this morning, I wanted to journal, but I couldn't. But yes, I wanted to journal last night, but I didn't. And I wouldn't have needed any prompts.
Okay.
I could have got it all out, and then I could have just been, like tonight, I'm going to write everything down, and then I'm going to be able to be good.
I feel like I'll probably be a journalist maybe in May.
Okay.
Maybe. I try it out just to see how I feel afterwards. Yeah. I definitely try it though.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about therapy and mental health. Have you ever been to a therapist?
I don't. I mean, I haven't, but I know I need one.
Okay. I've been to a therapist when I went through what I went through with my ex-fiance.
Mm-hmm.
I went through the 7 or 8 sessions or whatever it was, but that was it. I haven't been to one recently, but I think I want to do it again. The thing is, they say you don't want to get so caught up in therapy that it's your every single day thing. It's supposed to be like a thing that you do and then you take a break from it. So I do want to get another therapist, just because of kind of where I am in my life now, just so I can see what's going on. But yeah,
I definitely a therapist, because if you go back and listen to all these episodes, my brain is all over the place. And I know I need a therapist. It's just, It's me. I don't even have an excuse as to why I haven't been, because I know my insurance may cover something.
It has to, because mine covers like 8 sessions or 9 sessions.
And I honestly don't have an excuse because I have a health savings account.
I'm like, you have.
It's
sure
like
it's covered on your insurance.
It's almost $800 on there. I can go somewhere.
I'm sure.
I'm the problem.
Listen, let me tell you something. I could be 100% wrong, but almost every single plan covers like 6 sessions. It's just that they don't tell you about that. They're like, oh, this is your medical, this is your dental, this is your that. But they don't tell you everything else that shit covers. Like, some insurance cover massage therapy and stuff like that.
And I'm finna look into that.
It just, they don't tell you all the shit that your insurance covers because they so focused on, this is your MD, and then this is your OBGYN, and then they think like that's the end all be all, and it's not. Like, you be paying every fucking month on some shit that you don't even reap all the benefits for.
Don't worry. I'm a find me a therapist by the next episode. 2 episodes.
Yeah.
By May.
Okay. By
May, I'm gonna find me a therapist.
Okay.
Cause I was reading online, like, you gotta try out different therapists, like you try out different other stuff. So I'm gonna see what therapist fits to me.
Well, I agree, but I mean, I guess I got lucky when I went through what I went through with dumbass. My first therapist was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I have ran into people that they experienced different things and they had a therapist and they had to switch therapists. But the great thing about therapy is when you have a therapist or you committed to whatever you committed to, it's not that hard to switch.
My thing is, should you be like...
You already laughing.
How long, like, should you be in therapy? Because I know people who's been in therapy for, like, I'm not going to say years. I'm going to say a good solid year. And I feel like that's kind of too long, but it's not too long.
Let me tell you something. To me, what I was told from another therapist is that it should only be only 8 weeks or 8 times. Like, it should not be years and years and years. But like you, I know people that's been in therapy for 7 years consecutively every week. Which to me,
they're not doing the homework.
The thing is my sister has a degree in psychology, right? So, I mean, I know people that they tell you different things, and I believe them just because they know way more than I do. My degree is in theater, right? Okay. So I can tell you about that world all day.
Okay.
But when it comes to psychology and psychologists and all of that, you should not have to go to therapy every week for 8 years. You should only... Because you should only go for however many sessions, and then that's it. You and your therapist should not be married.
You right. Okay. How you feel about this?
I feel like mental health is important.
It is.
You need to go out there and always put yourself in a situation or look in the mirror. But to say how long you should be there is dependent on the individual. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put no timeline on somebody's trauma or healing or whatever they need to heal. But at some point, you gotta understand when you're using something as a handicap.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it is. Handicap.
Okay.
You're not attacking life. You know what I mean?
You just going and say you're going.
You're just venting. You know what I mean? Not really doing nothing about it. And I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong with therapy. You know what I mean? They don't really use it for what it's used for. They use it for somebody to talk to. Like, they probably don't have somebody that can really get all these emotions and stuff out to. Ooh, yeah, I got that out. But then you still go back out into the world and do the same bullshit. So.
I like that analogy.
I do too.
Because I feel like somebody do that. Okay.
I do too. So the last thing I want to talk about before we go move on to the advice is, do you feel any pressures in your family, when it comes to not having any kids, not being married, not buying a home or whatever? That's what it comes as you get older. It's just oh, why aren't you married? Or, oh, why you don't have any kids? Or, oh,
I don't feel the pressure of being married or having kids because
it's the laugh for me. She said,
no, it's because I am a second money person for my nieces and nephew.
Oh yeah, so they like go ask your auntie.
Yeah, it's like
they ain't press you to do nothing because then you can't go ask your auntie.
No, that's always good. But as far as buying a house, I feel like it was some pressure maybe like a year or two ago before like the market crashed. It was like you might as well just go and get a house. But as I started thinking about it, I'm like, that is a big expense. One, two. I know an electrician, your pops, but I can afford him.
Save a buck electric. Okay.
Save a buck. I can't afford a plumber.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a lawnmower, a pest control person. What my AC unit's going to go about? I'm not going to know what to do.
Brittany, let me tell you how much I paid.
I'm doing what?
Let me tell you how much I paid in plumbing on my home. It wasn't last year, it was the year before last. You want to know how much I paid?
How much?
$25,000.
And that's why now my mindset is,
and it came out of nowhere. Like this wasn't that shit wasn't on no insurance plan. It wasn't no this. It wasn't no that. You know how much they quoted me? $90,000.
That's no insurance.
They quoted me $90,000.
Yeah, that's why my mindset now. I will only get a house if I'm married. I mean, my husband get a house. I'm not getting a house on my own. Or if I can rent to own, because they gonna always be with the little stuff. But as far as me getting my own home, like putting my name on a deed or trying to put my name on a deed, I'm not doing that until I get a husband, because that's a big expense.
I agree. I'm right there with you. I don't feel any pressure on having kids because I got kids. I don't feel any pressure on marriage because that's gonna come. And buying a home, I have a home just because I inherited a house. But as far as me purchasing my first home, no pressure. One, because I have no idea where I want to be. Like I say, I'm gonna be in Dallas for however long. I say it until my baby graduates, but even that, I feel like that's not true. But even that, I feel that's not true. I don't know. So it's like I don't want to buy anything until I know where I'm gonna be. But yeah.
Well, shit.
I feel like the pressure be kind of real though.
I'm
Do you feel any pressure? You don't have no kids.
No pressure at all.
I know
that's good.
I take care of old people, so I guess I got 2 old kids.
Can you
Elaborate?
Yes, like what are the relationships with these old people? I knew it.
About his parents.
I was gonna say either the parents or the grandparents, and that is just so wrong. I hope they one day hear this and they hear you call them old. Well, you do have children technically. Boom. There you go. You technically got 2 kids. Hello.
Okay, now let's get into this advice. All right. Ooh. Kind of long. Okay. Hey, Queens and Remy. Okay, wait. You gotta do his drop. Hey, Queens.
Remy the Brain produced it.
Sorry for it being so long from jump. And she knew it was long. Or he knew it was long. So let's get to it. I've been seriously dating this guy for 4 years. Let me not say date. In a relationship for 4 years. We've been living together for a year and a half. We've been in a rocky part of our relationship, and he is saying it's because he suffers from seasonal depression. We live in Chicago, and it's been snowing and cold as fuck, but I'm just like, my nigga, we've both been living here our whole lives. Get used to it. He continues to say, I've been dismissive of his feelings. I've been doing everything I thought I could as far as being there for him during this winter. My sons, who aren't his, had a tournament in Detroit, so we drove to Detroit for the weekend. It was just myself and my sons. When we came back, my boyfriend was gone, and so was his things. He basically moved out and got an apartment. I'm so lost on what to do. Like, what the fuck? I just wanted some advice from my little sisters in my head. Thanks in advance. Love y'all.
It's a laundry list of things.
Trigger warning to all the mental health folks.
There's definitely a laundry list of things. One, I just want to know, have you guys had that conversation of him having this seasonal depression and what's kind of triggering him to have this? Because it could be some in his childhood that happened. 2, don't tell him just to get over it. That is so insensitive. It's ridiculous. Because you don't know what no one's going through in their head, because no one's actually going to show them the real them. Like, everything that's going in their mind, that's just asinine. And I feel like if you tell someone every single thing that's going on in your mind, you're going to run. 3, if he ain't got no kids and you got 2 of them and he has seasonal depression, that's adding on to the stress. And y'all lived together for a year. He had to adjust his whole life. And I say that to say this. Because I
say that to say this.
I didn't say I had to live with someone, but I lived with a boyfriend, and he kind of panicked when we was going to move in together. Before we moved in together, like, he had a panic attack, and I guess he just got drunk off his shit and had to take him to the hospital. So that's that. So he had to transition his whole life into not only having a partner, but having 2 children in the house with him as well. So that can play into his depression. 4, y'all need to talk. That was on number 1 that need to talk. But number 4, y'all need to talk again to see what can you do to be a better partner. And 5, hopefully y'all can work it out. Because this man done moved out, so he kind of said, fuck it. Your turn.
I agree with all your points. So I agree with 1 through 5. But to me, it's just like, I feel like sometimes people use depression as a cop-out. I feel like they use it as a cop-out as far as like, oh, I got seasonal depression, oh, I whatever. It's just like, okay, so what season do you want to be in? Because it's just like,
you mean,
life has 4 seasons, right? Summer, spring, summer, fall, winter, whatever the fuck they are, right?
Okay.
I know I said a few of them twice.
You did.
It doesn't even fucking matter.
It's okay.
So, like, I live in Dallas. We don't have all the seasons, but we have a few of them, right? But it's just like, for me to stand on, like, that's just like me saying, oh, I hate when it's hot outside. So every time it's hot outside, I'm going to just spaz out. No, I'm just saying, because that's how it is for Chicago. Because Chicago was cold all the time.
Okay.
I was in Chicago for 10 days in June. It was cold. So it's just like, for me, it's just like, that's me saying like, oh, when it's hot outside, I spaz out. It's just like, you can't, to me, that can't be no thing. Or if it is that big of a thing, to me, it's just like, the first step isn't moving out. To me, the first step is, let's have a conversation. Let's try to get some help. Let's try to figure this out. Because to me, the second you move out, you done. So it's just like, for me, I don't know. For me, I would say fuck him. Because he already done laid down the groundwork. He done said that he don't want shit to do with you. Because it's just like, he don't give a fuck about your feelings and your situation or what the fuck you got going on. Y'all been together 4 years, which means, okay, yeah, you got kids, which means you've been in these kids' life for the past 4 years, and you don't give a fuck about my kids. Because now me and my kids come home, and you don't give a fuck that you're not there? Nigga, fuck you.
I get that. I want her to write, it's her. I want you to write back in for some more context, because how long has he been feeling like this, and how long has he been expressing this to you? And this is when I say people have alternative motives. Like, relationships don't last anymore because you don't fight for it. And if he just moved out, he might just be like, I don't want to do this no more. But he should have communicated that. But if you feel like she was worth it and her kids was worth it, like, you should have did something. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know.
No, I agree. Don't stop. I'm over here like, yes.
Because the relationships just don't last because people don't fight no more. And
what you think?
Yeah.
I think expectation is a strong thing in this thing for both of them. Like, he probably got into the situation, and for a long time it wasn't way for him. So it was really good. But at the same time, these her kids, he don't have no kids. So maybe the stress, from that situation, or maybe her stressing him out, maybe was something where, okay, now I see my exit, I can leave. Or maybe she put too much expectation on him to be the person that she thought that he was going to be. And these are her kids. This is not for another man to come in your life and be Superman to your kids. It's for him to come be Superman for you. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? They could have both had each other fucked up, and that was a fucked up situation.
So, I got one question. Do y'all believe in seasonal depression?
Yeah.
I do believe, mental health is a very real thing. But, if you have to, a lot of things have to go on for that. You have to, number one, be able to recognize that and battle it. You have to, number two, be empathetic enough to be able to see that this person has seasonal depression, and you understand how to work through the relationship while that's going on. And you have to, three, not be lying about seasonal depression.
Facts. Like, you gotta really be going through that shit before me to just try to understand you. And that's a good situation, because I need to know more context of it, because you could have fucked up and he could have fucked up too. But if he was born and raised in Chicago, and at this point, if you're not trying to get help, I don't feel like you could keep using it as a crutch. That's
my thing. My nigga, if you born and raised in Chicago, at this point, if you ain't say, let's move to the South, or let's move to the West Coast, or somewhere where Arizona, it doesn't snow. So let's move Let's move to Arizona where it's not gonna snow, baby. Or let's move to Houston where it doesn't snow. So, you can go so many places where it don't snow.
Yeah.
Or where it's not super cold all the time. Because Chicago is listen, I was in Chicago in June. It was cold.
It was cold in June.
Bitch, cold.
That's ghetto.
Windy. It's the windy city, or whatever the fuck they call it. So, bitch, it was cold. So if you that seasonal, you need to get your life together.
And if you haven't sought help yet, bro.
Like, nigga, have he not said, hey, babe, let's move to the South where it's not that cold? It gets a little cold, but about for a week.
About for a week?
For real. It used to be cold about 1 week. And then it get back hot.
It's giving a month now, I'm just saying.
Okay, a month.
It's giving a month.
Not 7. But 1.
It's not giving the whole year.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Chicago be cold all the time. So yeah, to me, if you that seasonal, your solution need to be, let me move somewhere to where it's not seasonal.
Yeah.
To me, because Chicago expensive as fuck. It ain't like it's a cheap city to where you hold on because cost of living is so cheap. Chicago is more expensive than Houston, Dallas, Austin. So it's so expensive than a lot of fucking cities. I can name fucking Phoenix. I can go on and on about cities that fucking way more expensive than fucking Chicago. Well, nigga, move. Well,
here's the advice, sweetheart. From everyone's views, have one real last conversation. Lay everything out on the table. If it don't work out, let him keep his apartment, and you keep your boys solid. Move on.
And just like that, my niggas. We out this thing. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hey, you doing the most? Don't forget to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. YouTube. Hey, you doing the most? I'm at Cinnamon J.
I'm at Burks. I am 91. Hell yeah. And
we out this thing.
Bye.
Hey, you doing the most?
Tell them hoes.
Hey, you doing the most?